Ladies and gentlemen, I'd planned to speak to you tonight to report on the State of the Union. But the events of earlier today have led me to change those plans.
The world is very different now. The world is very different now.
Now is the time. Now is the time.
Often I arrive at the site late at night, putting off work due early the next day.
Ask not what your country can do for you.
Recently, I've been drawn to the Kennedys. Their deaths, lives, and faces, the words of those brothers beckon from the past.
Ask what you can do for your country.
John Fitzgerald Kennedy rides the motorcade down Elm Street in Dallas, Texas. He will ride down Elm Street over 200 times a day.
The world is very different now. The world is very different now. The world is very different now.
Now is the time. Now is the time.
For what would be Kennedy's last drive, his death drive, there were no television cameras. Average and amateur filmmakers would capture what could never be forgotten. By the cool blue glow of my computer screen, I make this memory my own. Where were you when Kennedy was shot? Where were you when Kennedy was shot? Maybe it's extreme to suggest that it's anything more than a distraction, but as YouTube plays an increasingly larger role in my quest to find and cling to bits of the past, I wonder just how many of my memories, of anyone's memories, are created, enhanced, and maintained by it.
He ain't got a game. He ain't got a game. He ain't got a game.
Ladies and gentlemen,
now is the time. Now is the time.
The world is very different now.
Now is the time.
In 1986, school children watched, all of America watched Christa McAuliffe's ascent to the Space Shuttle Challenger, with the sole expectation that she would break through the atmosphere and travel up toward the stars.
We cannot turn back. We cannot turn back.
and I want to say something to the school children of America who were watching. We're watching the live cover. We do it all up front and in public.
Now is the time. Now is the time.
No one imagined the explosion until it happened, just as they could not have imagined King's words until they left his lips in 1963.
This will be the day.
Today is a day for mourning and remembrance. I know it's hard to understand, but sometimes painful things like this happen.
Even in our sleep, pain which cannot forget falls drop by drop upon the heart.
Let us not wallow in the valley of despair.
Until in our own despair, against our will, comes wisdom through the awful grace of God.
For me and for others who watch, the clips facilitate a necessary form of evolution. We make a memorial to the events on the virtual site as we would on any physical site. And as units of cultural information, the videos help us adapt, as individuals and as people, to a world that changes, to a world that changes us.
The world is very different now.
In part, the process is about training, about preparation, and about conditioning for and understanding life and loss. I connect with John, Martin, Christa through the screen, their images, and the video. And as soon as I connect, they are gone. I let them go. I mourn them privately, bury them among the windows on my desktop. I put them to rest time and time again.
We will never forget them. We share this pain with all of the people of our country. Perhaps we forget that we've only just begun.
In doing so, I train myself to bring close, release, pull in, and cast out again the great net that contains all of my memories. From a not-so-remote depth, I tow memories of my late grandmother. Like Christa, she was someone's mother, as my mother is to me. And like my father, John and Martin were fathers, brothers, uncles, and husbands. I will one day be motherless and fatherless. I will lose friends, people who are dear. I will one day see and feel death up close.
It's all part of the process of exploration and discovery.
In brutal light of this certitude, I practice remembering and its opposite as a way to feel the ache of loss and practice moving beyond it. With each effort, I grow stronger, renew my sense of self, and become more adept at absorbing and understanding all of life's ordinary, extraordinary, trying, and triumphant events.
Ladies and gentlemen, nothing ends here.